Okay, YouTube, I just want to give you an update from my last segment of the backyard orchard. Just a quick tour of these are the grapes so far. They are coming along quite nicely. You can see they're a lot bigger than my last video. Here's a seedless variety shot. You can see it's already started. It's kind of forming quite well. You can see that. So we're just going to come down. Alright, again, for my last video I have 7 grapevines here. Maybe if I kind of step back, you can see right here. So you got one here, and then I planted another one here going up, as you can see. And there's 2 along this side from here going up, as you can see that, going up, right? And if you come across, I have on this side against the wall, more on this side, and so forth. So you get the general idea. It's all on this galvanized support rail that I made. They get quite heavy, and I get lots of grapes off this every season. So let's do a quick tour and give you an idea of the progress so far. These are the shots of the flowers I've planted, and this is an actual papaya tree, banana tree, more shots of flowers. Yeah, so I have a lot of trees. This was the first shot. This was cherry, Napoleon sweet cherry. You can review that in the last video. And then across from that, this is kind of a tour. This is my Bing cherry tree from my last video. I kind of show you what that looked like. These are out of season now. I already picked cherries off them. This tree, as I mentioned before, is quite massive. As you can see, goes all the way up. It's probably about 57 feet, probably even taller. And it's just huge. Just look at the stalk in this guy from the base, you can see. And just a lot of cherries. So yeah, so the first tree, I wanted to give you a quick overview. This was the Macintosh tree. It is bearing apples, like I said before, and it's actually starting to come to fruition. You can see these here. You can see the color change on them. In about 2 or 3 weeks, they'll get even bigger than this, and they'll be ready. Here is the shot of the Asian pear. They're quite bigger than the last video, so they're coming along nicely. And over here, this was the boss pear. You can see there. It's a lot bigger than before. This was a shot of my vegetable garden. I did a separate segment on the vegetable garden. Things there are growing like mad. I'll kind of give you a quick review of that. This was the Royal Gala. You can see Royal Gala apples. They're not ready yet, but you can see it a lot bigger from the last video. And probably around September they'll be ready. Frost has to hit them a little bit before you can pick them, and they get like really sweet. So over here, as I said, I got Arctic Kiwi. Here's my Arctic Kiwi vine behind the shed. The kiwis are a little bit bigger, not much bigger than before. And along there, you can see I have the European plums, and I got tons of European plums just all over the property, and they're doing quite well. Here's another shot. These are more European plums, you can see coming down, and they're all around the back. So coming along, YouTube, just quickly. Here's the other boss pear tree here, as you can see. That's going along well. And then I got the Fantasia nectarines. They're doing well. They're getting a little bit bigger than before. I missed this tree from the last segment. I do have another 5-in-1 pear tree. You can see different colors there, and it's doing quite well. This is getting quite bigger than before. Blueberries, I didn't get a chance to review this. I got 3 different blueberry bushes, and I've been picking blueberries off this, and it's probably about the end of the season, but You can see there's some little guys still left on there. Okay, let's come along here. Come around this side real quick, and here's a progress on the Burbank plums. You can see they got a little bit bigger from before. They're not ready. They'll get purple, a little purple reddish color. This tree was Italian plum. Didn't bear anything this season. Not next season, I guess. This was their progress. I got 2 pawpaw trees. Here's the first pawpaw tree. It's doing okay. Here's another one straight down, and they're doing well. They'll bear next year. I can check the segments from before. Kind of explain what a pawpaw tree it is. It's P-A-W, P-A-W. I just Google it. It's an interesting tree. This is the Red Delicious. A lot bigger than before. Let me step back here so you can see. This is a Santa Rosa. I have 2, and there's a lot of fruit set on this tree this year. It'll get reddish color, but you can see that. Just look at the fruit set on that. This is really a lot of fruit. You see that? Really a lot of fruit on this tree. And then I told you I have another one. Here's another one. Just look at the fruit set on that. It's really a lot. Okay. Here's the other plum tree. I've been eating plums. This one is basically almost ready. So some varieties are ready. This is a nice red. I went through and explained the varieties. There's Shiro, there's Motley, there's Stanley on here. There are different varieties there, and it's just amazing. These fruits. Look at this. This is what it's all about. Picking fruits from your own orchard. Look at that. Just beautiful. You can see this bursting with juice. Look at that. It's just fantastic. This just tastes great. Over here I have another 5-in-1 apple. It's coming along. You can see right there, another 5-in-1. Yeah, they're all doing well. Here's my peach tree experiment. I cut it off because they had leaf curl disease that I shouldn't have, but it's coming back. You can see that there. So we come along here. We talked about, I got 3 American persimmon trees in the backyard orchard. This was the first one. It's a different variety. It's doing well. It's a lot bigger than before. I'll show you the other one. And then, oh yeah, my figs. They're doing well. I've been eating figs off this tree. Take a look at that. Right, this one is almost ready. There's 3 figs trees here. There's the Italian version and the Turkish figs, and there's another one I can't remember the name, but I said before I live in Ontario, Canada, minus 20 degrees Celsius weather. So I bury these figs every year. I dig a trench, bury them in the fall, and I dig them up, and I just get loads of fig. This was my Tahua maize I talked about. I'm really impressed with this. This is crazy. Last segment was 2.5 feet. This thing is now probably about a good 15 feet tall. Look at this thing. It's just crazy. I didn't know corn grows this big. I ordered it from the States. I didn't realize how big this thing gets, so I'm interested to see. Here's a little shot of the vegetable garden. Everything's doing well. Tomatoes are getting big. They're starting to turn color. There's 40 in here. Yeah, different varieties. I went through that tour, but you can see, you know, you got some tomatoes there, and everything's doing well. And see here, I got onions real quickly, Swiss chard, more onions, sweet potato. Yeah, so it's just a quick overview. Last video I did goes into more detail, but it just kind of gives you a good feel of basically what's been happening over the last couple of days. Okay, thanks YouTube, bye.